How good is Senne Lammens? Manchester United completed the signing of goalkeeper Senne Lammens on the 1st of September 2025 from Royal Antwerp for a fee of £18 million. The deadline day deal was one of 5 signings the Red Devils made this season. Some might say this was the most important signing since we have been in dire need of a goalkeeper considering the clowns we have had in between the sticks recently. But how good is he? Well, according to the data, one of the best. When looking at the data, Lammens stands out most notably with regards to his shot stopping. Of all goalkeepers in Europe's top 10 leagues last season, Lammens ranked first for total saves made with 173 saves made, with a save percentage ratio of 77.5%. Using XG, he was expected to concede 66 goals, but only let in 48, placing him second in Europe for goals prevented, having statistically stopped 18 total goals. As with all data, however, it is important to analyse the footage to put things into context. So, what are the situations Lammens finds himself in often? How big are the chances? What player is he coming against? How good is the player that he's coming up against? Context does matter. So then, let's focus on his shot stopping. It is important to differentiate between short and long 1v1s when analysing goalkeepers. In long 1v1s, a player running unopposed towards goal starts further away from goal, giving both the attacker and the keeper more time. This poses its own challenges when compared to short distance 1v1s. Lammens' rationale for how he approaches 1v1s is intelligent, albeit with a few minor flaws. Lammens has the speed to come out quickly and opts to come out partially to narrow the angle once an attacker enters the box. After rushing out, he tends to stop and hold his position, making himself big, forcing the attacker to make a decision. By reducing the angles a striker can aim at, he makes it difficult for them to score. He doesn't go to ground too early in these situations, reducing the likelihood he concedes a penalty or is rounded by the attacker for an easy tap-in. One downside, however, of coming out to narrow the angle is that if attackers take their shot early, there is space either side of Lammens, resulting in what looks like a surprisingly easy finish. This can happen too if Lammens is slower to rush out in the first instance, getting caught in between his two positions. In short 1v1 situations, Lammens closes the angle down quickly, not committing greatly to one particular side, preventing strikers from having a clear side to aim at. He doesn't look to smother and collect the ball with his hands either in a sliding fashion. Instead, he stands fairly square with his arms outstretched wide, spreading his legs in a long barrier fashion as seen in cricket. So now let's see how he deals with shots from distances. A large proportion of the shots Lammens faced last season were from further out or with a bank of defenders in front of him. In these situations, Lammens is again fairly assured, albeit against players of a lower quality than he'd expect to face in the Premier League. On occasion, he takes a slightly advanced position, not standing on his line but a few yards ahead. This has the added benefit of reducing the angle that opponents can aim at. If a keeper was standing on his line, a shot set for the top corner might be fairly unsavable, but in stepping a few yards forward, in theory, this could be more easily saved before it was too far out of reach. It's an interesting quirk to his game, but this type of positioning does result in Lammens getting his body behind shots from distances, often catching them safely. As a result, he can make shots look easier to save than they truly are. All in all, in my opinion, this will be a good signing for us and he is a clear upgrade. Is he the best we could have got? Probably not. Is he better than what we already had in Bayindir and Onana? Hell yes. Will he be a club legend? Who knows? But what I do know is that he's here now and I'm happy to have him. This is the Director of Football and I'm signing out. Peace.